doesn't invade the capsule. So fibrous capsule is intact. But here you see, this is the capsule, fibrous capsule. But here the adenoma is coming. So this carcinoma is coming, invading. So this is the invasion. Okay? This is the capsular invasion. This is how it invades. Is it clear?
Yes.
So carcinoma and adenoma only you can differentiate by invasion, capsular or vascular invasion. Because it can come as a MCQ also, you know, how you will differentiate between the two. Now, we don't know there are neoplastics. What are the benign neoplasia and malignant ones? Benign is adenoma. The most common is the follicular adenoma, and we can find papillary adenomas and Hurther cell adenoma also. Among the malignant, we have the most common papillary carcinoma, but we have the other varieties like follicular, anaplastic, medullary, squamous cell, and lymphomas. Now, the thing is, now adenoma and follicular carcinoma you will differentiate by capsular and vascular invasion. Both are composed of well differentiated follicles, and both more or less resemble even the normal gland. So it is only on the basis that he is having this swelling you will be saying that this is the adenoma. Otherwise you cannot say. Now the thing is how these thyroid cancers occur. The most important factors are genetic factors. There is damage to the genes, in the chromosomes, okay, or you can say the mutations. And there are environmental factors. Environmental factors. One factor is iodine deficiency. You know, iodine deficiency will lead to enlargement in the gland. So maybe some of these changes will later on progress to adenomas and carcinomas. Okay. So iodine deficiency will lead to enlargement, like colloid goiter, multinodular colloid goiter. Maybe they can also lead to the formation of adenomas, and it has been seen in follicular adenoma and follicular carcinoma. So iodine deficiency has something to do with the development of these carcinomas, follicular, especially follicular carcinomas. Okay. Then ionizing radiation. If a person is having some disease, he gets radiation to the head and neck structures. So it can later on lead to thyroid cancer. So these are the two which are environmental factors from the environment. So I do not put the other things. Otherwise, some books you can find even many more things environmental. But these are the most important which have a definitive role. Sometimes what happens, we keep the rubbish things. So you forget the important things. Better to keep only the important things. Genetic factors have a role to play everywhere. In the adenomas, in the carcinomas. Okay? Everywhere. In the adenomas, in the carcinomas. But remember these things which I have written. Papillary carcinoma, you will find what? Rearrangements of the RET proto-oncogene. Okay? RET proto-oncogene. Rearrangements. Medullary carcinoma, mutations. This is the difference. Here you will find chromosomal rearrangements. Okay? Here you will find mutations. So although it is same, it involves the RET proto-oncogene. Okay? But here mutations, here rearrangements. And here in papillary you will find BRAF mutations also. All these are signaling pathways. If one gene is involved, there will be continuous signaling, and it goes out of control. For that you have to refer back to the signaling pathways, MAP kinase pathways and other pathways through which it will get the cell. Because if I keep that pathogenesis here, it will be difficult. So only remember this. This is the thing. In follicular carcinoma, you have a different type. What? There is a translocation between chromosome 2 and chromosome 3. It leads to fusion of the PAX8 gene with PPARG gene. Okay? PAX8 with PPARG gene. PAX gene is a homeobox gene. Okay? And PPAR gene is peroxisome proliferator activator gene, something like this. Previous books. No. Otherwise, I would have kept it. Otherwise, I would have kept it. So this is leniencies. Here in the previous books, it was written gamma. Now it is written G. So I change it. So these are the changes which the scientists make, and we have to get along with them. So PAX8 with PPARGG. So these mutations you should remember. Important. Now the pathogenesis is genetic and environmental. Clear? In the genetic, red proto-oncogene, rearrangements in papillary and in medullary, mutations. Follicular translocation between 2 and 3. PAX8 with PPARGG. And environmental, we have the radiations and the iodine deficiency. So coming specifically to the individual carcinomas. First we have the papillary carcinoma. Papillary carcinoma is the most common form of thyroid cancer. More than 85% you know. It has been repeated many times now. Yeah. So mostly in the age group 25 to 50 years of age. And vast majority of thyroid carcinomas which occur after the radiation, they are also papillary cancers. If you find after the radiation a cancer, it is more likely to be the papillary carcinoma.
More than adeno.
Yeah. Solitary or multifocal lesions. They may be solitary, but they can be multifocal also. Prognosis is excellent. If you find such a patient, so he can more than 95% of the patients will survive 10 years. Yeah, carcinoma. You have the low-grade carcinomas. You can consider it as very, very low-grade carcinoma. Because 95% of the patients, the prognosis is good. You can remove it by surgery, you can give the other therapies, and the patients can survive more than 95%. Metastasis, but you can find metastasis to the adjacent lymph nodes. So papillary carcinoma is commonly associated with lymph nodal metastasis rather than the hematogenous metastasis. This is important. Okay? It is more commonly associated with the lymph node metastasis. But the prognosis still is very, very good. Huh? He doesn't want the prognosis. So there is a question mark. I don't. Why carcinoma is there? Why is not dying? I will tell you one small story. I was working in the lab. I was, working in the college as a C. By the way, it came into my mind because. So this is. The prognosis is very good and it is associated with lymph node metastasis in half of the cases. Now what you will find in papillary carcinoma? Many of the times it is well circumscribed. That is why it has an excellent prognosis. Okay? Well circumscribed. But sometimes it may be infiltrating also into the surrounding structures. Cut section may be granular and it may contain, you can see even the papillae, finger-like projections also. You can see them with your eyes sometimes. But the diagnosis of the papillary carcinoma is not only based on the papillae. Sometimes you will not find a papillae, still I will say it is a papillary carcinoma. So why? Yeah. So it is, the diagnosis is based on nuclear features, not on the presence of papillae. So you have to remember this thing. It is based on nuclear features. Sometimes you will find only the follicular, only the follicles, no papillae, but the report is papillary carcinoma because of the nuclear features. What are the nuclear features? Ground gloss or orphan ani nuclei. It means the chromatin in the nucleus is finely dispersed. So the nucleus appears empty. Okay? It appears empty. Empty in the center, and you can find the chromatin towards the periphery. Okay? So finely dispersed chromatin. So this is called ground glass or orphan ani nuclei. And you can find pseudo inclusions inside the cross section. There are true inclusions which are within the nucleus, and there are inclusions which we call as pseudo inclusions, which are false inclusions. It is due to the invagination of the cytoplasm into the nucleus. Only the invagination. It is not the true. So two features if you find ground glass nuclei and pseudo inclusions. You can call it as papillary carcinoma. Even if you find the papillae or you do not find the papillae. Okay? So diagnosis of papillary carcinoma is not based on the finding of the papillae, it is based on the finding of the nuclear features. Samoma bodies. Another thing is you can find samoma bodies. What are these? These are concentric calcified structures which you can find within the papillae. I will show you the diagram. and you have the follicular variant. In the follicular variant, you will not find the papillae, but you will find the nuclear features. So you will diagnose it, and it will go inside the lymphatics because it will go to the lymph nodes. So this carcinoma has a propensity to invade the lymphatics rather than invading the blood vessels. Invagination of the cytoplasm invaginating into the nucleus. It will give rise to pseudonuclei, but these are not true inclusions. This is the diagram. So these two foci, so multifocal, okay, not single. These are two. Look here. You can see even the papillary. These are even papillary structures, granular and papillary. These are papillae actually. The papillary, when you find a papillary carcinoma, it will be like this. You know, it will be granular. If you see it, I cannot show you the real picture. Maybe tomorrow, if I have in the lab, I will show you. So these are the papillary structures. Okay, finger-like structures, having epithelial lining and pores. Now look here. This is a samoma body inside a papillae. These are concentric calcified structures, which will be more basophilic in color. So this is a samoma body. Okay. This is a papilla, this is the fibrovascular pore, this is the epithelial lining. Now see, most of the nuclei, can you see, they are empty appearing. Ground glass are empty appearing. Look here, this nucleus, all the nuclei. Why? Because the chromatin is finely dispersed, and you will not find chromatin in the center of the nucleus. It is going towards the periphery. This is called as ground glass appearance.
Why?
I don't know the reason. If I get to know about the reason, I will tell you. Because it is a genetic disorder, maybe the reason is that. But why it is specifically occurring, I don't know. Whether it is, I don't remember, whether it is due to histo. Sometimes it happens because of the histo artifacts during the processing. Some of the tissues will form lacunae, some of the tissues will form like this. So I will let you know, inshallah. I shall search for it if I find it. But I have not found it as yet, because otherwise I would have known this. So this is, okay, grossly granular or with papillae, and diagnosis is based on the nuclear features, not on the formation of papillae. And nuclear features, you have the ground glass, orphan ending nuclei, and pseudo inclusions. This is the structure, papillae, and this is the samoma body, this one. And you can find the empty appearing nuclei. This finishes the papillary carcinoma. The second is follicular carcinoma. Follicular carcinoma, it will resemble the follicular adenoma. Even the normal gland will be like this. Second most common cancer at a later age, 40 to 60. Increased prevalence in dietary iodine deficient areas. Then here you will find what was the common mutation. Translocation between 2 and 3. Backstate and PPARG. But you can find another mutation, which is a RAS mutation. Okay? And this RAS mutation is also common in the adenoma. So it means there is a link between the two. If you find RAS mutation in the adenoma, in the carcinoma also, follicular carcinoma. So high frequency of these mutations suggest that there is some, dietary iodine deficiency leading to follicular adenoma, leading to follicular carcinoma. Maybe there is a link. So mostly as solitary cold thyroid nodule. They are also solitary and as cold. Most of the neoplasia are cold. Grossly, what you will find, well circumscribed or infiltrative, both. And most of the tumors exhibit a microfollicular pattern. You will find small follicles which may or may not be filled with colloid. Sometimes they may be filled with colloid also, composed of fairly uniform follicles. So you can have a idea that this is a normal thyroid gland. So follicles you see in normal thyroid gland also and otherwise also. So Hurthal cell variant may be there. What is Hurthal cell? Again, if you find changes, you can say this is Hurthal cell carcinoma. Predominantly if you find in the follicular carcinoma changes which are Hurthal cell, you can say this is Hurthal cell variant of the follicular carcinoma. So important here, the papillary carcinoma spreads by lymphatics. goes to the lymph nodes.
Yes.
But follicular carcinoma goes to the blood vessels. So hematogenous metastasis to the lungs, bones and liver. And regional lymph node metastases are uncommon. This is the follicular carcinoma. Okay, these are the follicles. But look, what is this? The invasion into the capsule, isn't it? So it is invading the capsule. So this is the most important thing which you will find. Vascular
Where is the capsule?
This is the capsule, this fibrous. This fibrous tissue. This is the capsule. And it is invading the capsule.
And this white tissue?
This is all capsule. White tissue. This is not tissue. This is white. Nothing.
The light?
It is broken.
The light?
Yeah, it is broken. You know, when you cut the tissue, the capsule, it is broken here. There is nothing here. Huh? Is it clear? No, it's not there. I will tell you tomorrow, inshallah. I will show you tomorrow. Now the medullary carcinoma. What is medullary carcinoma? The medullary carcinoma is not derived from the follicular cells. It is derived from parafollicular cells or the C cells. Okay? So this is the difference. The others are derived from follicular cells, but these are derived from the C cells or the parafollicular C cells, and this is a neuroendocrine neoplasm. Okay? And it may be sporadic. 70% of the cases are sporadic. You know this familial and sporadic. Familial means which has a genetic basis and runs in the families. Okay? Yeah. Sporadic can happen anywhere. Huh? So 70% sporadic, 30% familial, and associated with, remember, MAN2 syndromes, maybe MAN2A or MAN2B. We will tell you what these are. These are syndromes which are associated with many malignancies. Okay? So this is the one syndrome. There is MAN1 syndrome, MAN2A, MAN2B syndrome, and it may be also associated with FMTC, familial medullary thyroid cancer syndromes. Okay? So these are two familial syndromes, MAN2A, MAN2 syndrome and FMTC syndrome. And these are functioning tumors. Why? Because they will form many hormones like calcitonin, somatostatin, serotonin and VIP, vasoactive intestinal peptide. So they secrete these hormones. So you can have some symptoms related to these, like calcitonin will do. Okay. Somatostatin. Okay. Serotonin. Very good. Very good. So VIP also. So many symptoms can be there because of these hormones when they are secreted into the blood. Yeah. This is a hormone secreting tumor. Okay. Because normally, what is the function of C cells? So, yeah. So same, it will also continue to secrete calcitonin. In addition, it can secrete the other hormones like somatostatin, serotonin, and VIP. Okay. And this is associated with the deposition of amyloid in the tumor. In the tumor, you have the amyloid deposits. How you detect these amyloid deposits is by Congo red stain. Okay. So here there is a special stain which so medullary carcinoma can be diagnosed by a special stain. The name of the stain is okay. So Congo red stain is used for diagnosing the medullary carcinoma because it can stain the amyloid. This is the medullary carcinoma. This is the normal part of the gland. Okay. This is the carcinoma. Cords, sheets of cells. And here in between you find this material, pinkish. This is the amyloid. If you want to confirm whether this is amyloid or not, put the stain. Yeah, put the stain. So Congo red stain will give it red color. In between you will find reddish. So it actually gives the apple green birefringence. We call it. But it can be seen only under the polarized microscope. There is a microscope called polarized microscope. It will give apple green birefringence. So this is the Congo red stain which is used for medullary carcinoma. And last is anaplastic. When I say last, relaxation becomes automatically. Yeah?
But it's not last.
Huh?
You only said that, but it's not last.
he doesn't believe me. He will not believe anyone. And he will not be believed by anyone.